Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashraful anbiya al mursaleen. Nabiyyina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahabihi ajma'een. Rabbana amanna faghfir lana warhamna wa anta khairur rahimin. Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana wa hab lana min ladunka rahma innaka antal wahhab. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا ربنا زدنا علما أجمعين إن شاء الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Brothers and sisters, this is Brother Asim Mihrali class for August 6, 2023. My name is Nisar Sheikh, and we will be analyzing ayah number 13 onwards of Surah Fajr, which is the Surah 89 in the sequence of the Quran. But before we proceed for the ayah 13, I think let's review slightly what we learned from the previous session. I think we started from ayah 7 onwards, I believe. Yes, we read Alam tara kaifa fa'ala rabbuka bi'ad. Have you not seen your Lord, how he dealt with the people of Ad or Ad people? The next one was Irama Zatil Imad. The Iram with the tall pillars or lofty columns, right? Or with the great statures. People with the great statures. Allati lam yukhluqa mislu fil bilad. Nothing like it was made in any other city. Allati lam yukhluqa was created, misluha like of it, in the land. In this should be land. Okay. So, in the land. Then we say وَثَمُودَ الَّذِينَ جَابُوا الصَّخْرَ بِالْوَادِ. And the people of the Thamud, وَثَمُودَ الَّذِينَ, and the people of the Thamud, and the Thamud who carved the rocks, carved out the huge rocks in the valley. Right? Jabu, carved out. The Sakhra, the rocks, the valley. Okay? Very easy, mashallah, and we did all the Arabs for that. وَفِرْعَوْنَ the Autad. So, and with Pharaoh the mighty, or Pharaoh of the mighty structures. So, because Pharaoh of the mighty structures, or the Pharaoh, the owner of the stakes, is the same thing. Allazina taghu fil bilad. Okay, and it says they all transgress throughout the lands. They all transgress. Allazina who? They refer to, because they all are the north of Ad. People, Ad, Samud, of Pharaoh. They all of these people, they transgress throughout the land. فَأَكْثَرُوا فِيهَا fasad, and they added corruption to the corruption. And they, wherever they went, they increased the corruption in the land, or spreading corruption everywhere there, wherever they lived, and made excessive therein the mischief. A different type of translation, but all mean that all these people, Ad, Pharaoh, Samud, they all were lofty structures, but they spread corruption. Now we're going to start, alhamdulillah, from here. So let me extend it so that the full screen comes up for everybody to see, alhamdulillah. فَصَبَّ عَلَيْهِمْ رَبُّكَ صَوْتَ عَذَابٍ. فَصَبَّ عَلَيْهِمْ رَبُّكَ صَوْتَ عَذَابٍ. Now what is فَصَبَّ, brothers and sisters? فَصَبَّ is fa is atfa. Remember, we say that if you with a complete Arab, we say fa, alfa, harfe, harf ataf, mabni ala fatah. Harf ataf, mabni ala fatah. I wrote down here actually, so. Wasabba is fail madi, mabni ala fatah. This is mabni ala fatah, and this is sabba. Wasabba is mabni ala fatah. Now what is fasabba? Fasabba is a mudaf word, means that has swad baba. It's a doubling of ayn and lam kalma. Doubling of ayn and lam kalma, mudaf word. So its root words are swad baba. And this is sabba. Bab nasrai become yasabbu and sabban. Sabba, yasubbu, sabban. Bab asra. Means to pour, to empty. When this word comes with the harf fi, it means to pour, to fill. And if it comes with the harf of Allah, it means to impose a trial. To impose a trial. Okay. So this is fasabba. Fa is harf ataf, and sabba is madin. Just give me a minute. Sabba is madin. And now we come to alayhim. What is alayhim? Alayhim, of course, the jar majroor, which is Allah. Very easy. I think it's very simple. We're going to run fast. Allah is harf jarrin. And again, mabni ala sukoon. There's always sukoon on Allah here. Okay, Allah. Mabni ala sukoon. Wahum, damir muttasal, mabni ala sukoon, fi mahalli jarrin, bi Allah. Okay, and this jaro majroor become Allah in him. This jaro majroor become, it become muta'alliq. Muta'alliq will fail fasabba. As I repeated several times, jar majroor is always muta'alliq something. The next word is rabbuka. Now, rabbuka, there's two things: rabbu and ka. Rabbu and ka, right? Actually, the word is rabbun, but when it becomes madaf, and with the madaf the tanween becomes the dhamma, rabbu. But again, if you put ya in front of it, just for a revision, or harf ada, then the rabbu become rabba. The rabbu becomes rabba. So it's simple. Okay. So rabbu is file marfoon, walamati rafa is dhamma. There's a dhamma, right? Rabba. Okay. And it is also mudaf. I think Dr. Yakut has missed that. So I added wa adaf wa jumla la mala min al-itaf mawtuf ala jumla aksru. Okay, remember the aksru came before for fasad, so this is mawtuf ala wa jumla aksru. और ये काफ इज दमीर मुत्तसिल मबनी अला फतह फी महल्ली जर्र मुदाफ इलैहि. في محل جر مضاف إليه. Okay. So فصب عليهم ربك صوت عذاب. صوت عذاب. Now صوت is fail came here فصب. Remember he said fail فصب. Fail ماضي مبني على فتح, and is and fail came fasabba, file came rabbuka, rabbun, file came rabbuka, and mafule bahi is sota. I guess say mafule bahi mansuban wa lamat nasba is at fatah. Let me explain. Lamat nasba is fatah, and is also wahuwa mudaf. Wahuwa mudaf. Just sorry, I don't. وهو مضاف plus مضاف. Okay. Now mudaf came, they have to be mudaf ilayhi. Now, first of all, before we go forward, what is sota now? Okay. Let's look at the meaning of this sota. I think we forgot to do this sabba. No, I think we did this sabba. Sorry. Sota. Now, sota come from Teen, wow, twa is the root word, sota, Yasutu from Bab Nasra. Sautan is master. It's Sautun is means whiplash, scrooge, or mixture. Whiplash, scrooge, whip, lash, scrooge, or mixture. Okay. And Sauta, Azab, Azabun, Azab is Madaf Ilahi. This Madaf came. Let me just circle something. This Madaf came, and this become Madaf Ilahi. Okay. Asabun Madaf Ilahi, which is Majrurun, while Alamat Jarra is Kasra. Majrurun, while Alamat Jarra is Kasra. Sorry, I should not do that. I should just take a pointer there. There is pointer. So, what is Azab now? Azab is Azaba Ya'zibu Isban. Is Bab Daraba. Okay. If form 2 is Azaba Yu'azzibu Taziban. Okay. Form 1 means to hinder, to impede, to be unable to eat due to extreme thirst. Okay. Now, Azaba to punish, to inflict harm, to oppress. And Azabun is, noun came from there, called torment or punishment. Here comes torment or punishment. And again, if you have the Azaba here, if you have a fatah, and if you do Azuba with Bab Koroma, is Yazubu Azubatun. This becomes to be sweet or pleasant or agreeable, Azubun. And Isbun is sweet and fresh. So make sure, I think the reason I do that, so make sure you know the difference between Azabun and Isbun. This is a very, very, looks like for us, non-Arab people looks like very similar, except this is Kasra here, and this is Fatah here, and there is a Sukun on the Zab. So Isbun is sweet and fresh, and Azabun is torment and punishment. Torment and punishment. Now here I have a side here, now this phrase, Sota Azabun. Sota Azabun means it's called variety of punishment. Whip of punishment, a lash of punishment. Okay, this is the table. Now this phrase has been explained by Dr. Yaqut. Okay, let's look at it. If we look at the summary of the thing and translation for that. Okay, so he said, Zikrus Sati, mention of the sword. What is meant by sword? Wahuwa Sayyurul Jaldi Allazi Yudribu Bihi. It is the leather belt. It is a leather belt, usually leather belt, with which it is beaten. Yudrubu, majhul, right? With which it is beaten. So I think that the people from the Indian Pakistan, even outside, other people know that the people used to have the lashes made of the leather, very strong leather, and that's called the, I think, sort of. Okay, so and so it is the leather belt with which it is beaten. Isharati ila an ma halla ahla bihi fi dunya min azabun azim. See, so this means replace ahallahu, replace it, postpone it. So any indication that what he postponed for them great torment in this world means that this indication Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has postponed them a great punishment, that he postponed for them great torment in this world. Okay. Bil qiyas ila ma ahada lahum fil akhir. Okay. An analogy with what was prepared for them in the hereafter. So Sota Azab means it is an analogy what was prepared for them in the hereafter. And these are extra things. Actually, I think I was told by some of my colleagues that we spend too much time on the translation of this thing, and believe it or not, it takes an enormous amount of time for me to look at the dictionary and try to make sense out of them. And so my apologies if the translation may not be exact, but the meaning wise, it's almost very similar. What is meant with Victor Sota is a whip built of ladder with each is beaten. And this is an indication that he, unless one of indication is postponed for them great torment in the world. And then he said that analogy with what was prepared for them in the future. So all this included in this frame. So let's try to summarize it and what we learned around time. So see if we can do it ourselves. So that after a few years, inshallah, we will become very proficient in there, and we may not have to look at the Arab books and so forth. So here we already say fa is ataf, right? Harfu ataf, and this is mabni ala fatah. Very simple, right? This, right? And sabba is madin, mabni ala fatah. Okay. Alayhim is, I'm going to make it a little bit short. This is harf jar. Allah, him is ism majroor. Okay. So uh, and then this is let me write down. Okay. Harf jarrin mabni ala fatah. No, sorry. Alai mabni ala sukun. Harf jar mabni ala sukun. And him is damir muttasil mabni ala sukun fi mahalli jarrin. في محل جر. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay. Right? And this is Jaro Majroor. This becomes Jar. This is important here. Just Jaro Majroor. And this is Mutallek. They'll say Sabah. Okay. Right? And Rabbuka, we already did. This is fail came in, and this become file. I'm going to cut down a little bit writing so that to save some time. This is a file which is marfuun. Alamat rafa is this dhamma. Okay. Alamat rafa is dhamma. Right. And is also mudaf. Okay. And ka is dhamir muttasil mabni ala fatah fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi. I think this may be right down. Okay. So then this is the dhamir. Oh, sorry. ضمير متصل مبني على فتح في محل جر and become مضاف إليه. So we have here fail and we have here file. Okay. We have fail and we have file. And then this jumla here. This jumla is matuf ala. Make a line here. This jumla is jumla matuf ala jumla faksar. The last time, right? And it is la mahalla milera. Okay. La mahalla, this is milera. Sauta, we did here, we already mentioned that that this is a fail and this is a file. And with now the sauta is maful gayi. And this should be mansub. And alamate nasba is fatah. And it's also wahwa, as we learned, mudaf. Azab is mudaf ilayhi. Majrurun, of course. Sorry. Sometimes the pen gives away. And alamate jarrai kasrat. Right? Let's look at the meaning. I think we already looked the word. So that what is fasabba, right? Fasabba means to pour, to empty, to impose. Okay. So we write down here. So fa is so. Sabba, we say, you say imposed or poured alayhim, upon them, easy. Rabbuka, your Lord. Sota, we already know, is called Scrooge or whip. And azabu means punishment. Okay. Remember we talked about in the previous ayah, that these people was doing fasad on the land. So here we're saying the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord has imposed upon them a whip of punishment. Okay. So let's look at the authentic translation now. So I'll go to my master file and see if we can do that. Maybe here would be better. Yeah. So, in your Quran, Dr. Mustafa, he translated so far, so your Lord unleashed on them a scourge of punishment. Unleashed on them, imposed them or unleashed upon them, or poured upon them a scourge of punishment. Alhamdulillah, so we for our translation, from the verbal translation, we did very, very close to what our ulama is speaking. So, morally, so they poured on them, your Lord, the scourge of the punishment. The literary translation, what we did, okay? Iman Torres, our sister Tori says, so your Lord poured down on them a variety of punishment. Poured down on them a variety of punishment, okay? Because they were doing those the facade throughout the land. Okay? So Alhamdulillah, I hope this is very clear. This is very simple. There's not much any complication in them. Alhamdulillah, and we covered about Dr. Suleiman Yaqut, what he mentioned about Swat Ibad, and then he said, so okay. Now we go to next ayah. Alhamdulillah. So, Inna Rabbaka labil mirsad. Inna Rabbaka labil mirsad. Okay. Inna is easy. Harfu taqidun nasbin. We know many times. Mabni ala fatah is always fatah. Okay. That's very easy. We're not going to spend any time. Rabbaka. Ha ha ha. Last time, remember? Last time came Rabbuka. Last time here we met Rabbuka, right? Here, Rabbuka, right? And now we encountered, say, that came Rabbaka. Why? Because we have the inna, right? The inna comes in. Ismo inna is always mansubun. Ismo inna is always mansubun, okay? So the Rabbuka, again, Ismo inna, Rabba. Rabba is Ismo inna, mansubun. Walamat nasba is fatah. There we go. Wahua mudaf. Wahua mudaf. And then what is ka? As we wrote down al-kaf, damire muttasilun. Let me write down once a while so you can know we're spelling right. Muttasilun damiru If you say damiru muttasilin mabniyun ala fatah, fatah fi mahalli jarrin mudafu ilayhi. Okay. So when the inna came, Rabbun become, oh, sorry, actually supposed to use this. Rabbun plus ka become Rabba ka. Very clear. So this is Mudaf, Rabba is Mudaf, ka is Mudaf. Okay. Libel, Labil Mursal. I think, sorry, I made a mistake here. So I was thinking what happened here. It should be, there we go. It should be La Bil, and it should be, Sukoon should not be here. I have corrected. Mirsad. This is Meen. This is Mirsad. Okay. Labil Mirsad. Okay. There's a Lam came in. There is a Lam, right? This Lam is, okay, we can divide this thing into three. Just for our ease of understanding. Lam, Ba, and Mirsad. Okay. Lam, Harfulam, Al-Ba'u, Harfuba, and Mirsad. Ism. So what is this Lam? I think if you recall, Dr. Our Ustad Merali, Ustad Asim Merali Saab have always told us that Lam basically Lamu Ibtada. But whenever Inna comes, is displaced this Lam from the Ibtada to the first noun. Okay, it displays the noun. Okay, to later on, and he called it beautiful name. We call it Lamu Muzal Kamin, the skating Lam. The Lam skate out from the front position to in the wing actually. So this Lam technically in Arabic grammar is known as the Lamu Muzalaka, and this is the harf which is Mabni ala Fatah. There, I made a mistake. When I wrote down the kasra here, that doesn't mean that there's a kasra there. It's just to show the noun. Okay. so I think to be correct with, it would be better if I just change that thing for the sake of correctness of note. Like I wrote the al-ba'u, so we say al-lamu. There. Okay, al-lamu, al-ba'u, al-mulka. Excuse me. I think I need a sip of water just My apologies. I think my voice is a little bit harsh today because I may have been getting something. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from any type of sicknesses. So we come back. Allamu muzalka harf mabni ala fatah. We use fatah here. Wal ba'u harf jarrin mabni ala kasra. This is mabni ala kasra. We wrote down, right? And wa mirsad ismu majrurun bil ba. Ismu majrurun bil ba. Wa lamat jarra is kasra. There is a kasra, right? Now this jaru majrur. This jaru majrur is mutalik bi mabus khabar inna. So we write down here this jaru majrur is mutalik bi mahzuf khabar inna. Okay. Remember we have a ismu inna, rabbuka, rabbuka ism, Okay. Ismu inna, and now comes the khabru inna. Ismu inna and khabru inna. We have both things. Okay. And Dr. Yaqub is telling us that, and the jumla inna, wa jumla min inna wa ismuha wa khabruha istanafiya, because it is at the beginning of this sentence. So this jumla total, ismuha wa khabruha, is istanafiya, and because it's istanafiya, it is la mahalla laha ina. This is one emphasis. And second thing is, if you recall, when we told you in the ayah number 1 that we start with the qasam, right? But Fajr, right? And we said there is a jawab qasam is going to come either ayah number 6 or ayah number 14, I believe, right? Yes. Okay, ayah number 6 or ayah number 14. Ayah number 6, you recall, we said, Alam tara kaifa fa'ala rabbuka biyad. Okay. So now, let's look what Dr. Yaqub is telling us. Okay, so then we look at our interpretation, inshallah. So we're saying, well, inna ismuha wa khabruha, which we did that. This is la mahalla min al-arab. Okay. Why? Because the jawabu qasam fi awwal surah karima kama sharna min qablu. You know, as we pointed out, right? As we pointed out, is ayah number 1. The jawab could be ayah number 6 or ayah number 14. So we pointed out in the early, right? So jawab al-qasam fi awwal surah karima, the ayah number 1, kama asarna, as we pointed out, min qablu, before, in ayah number 1. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing a qasam, and that qasam was associated with ataf. Many other qasams came with that, and the jawab for that came in either alam tara kaifa fa'ala rabbuka bi'ad, means they have not seen it, what we did for the people of Ad, and the second is coming like this, for rabbuka li inna rabbuka li marsad. Okay, right? So now we look the thing what the meaning is. Okay, so what is mirsad? Go through my thing here. The word is, root word for that is rasada yarsadu rasdan. Rasada yarsadu rasdan means to observe, to lie in wait, to watch. To lie in wait, to watch. Mirsad is ismu makan or masdar. It could be rasadan, or it could be masdar or marsadan. There are a number of different ozan of the masdar, you know, and some of them are samai, or some of them are kasi. Okay, kasi is very easy to figure out. Samai masdar, you know, you have to look at it, and mostly, as far as I'm concerned, have to memorize it. So this is one of the masdar, they say, ismu makan or masdar. It means the place of ambush or a watching post. A place of movement or a watching post. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is keeping qasam and trying to tell you everything, and is telling it, okay, he is at the watching post. Your Rabb is on the watching post. Now, Dr. Yaqub, let's see what he says about the Versad. This is the meaning we got it from our vocabulary, from our double dictionary. We look through various names, place of ambush, and watching post, okay? And Mirsad, they say a tariqur rasdi wal martibahu, or mawdiyatu, mawdiyahi, the way of monitoring or watching or placement and placement. The way of monitoring. Mirsad is a way of monitoring, okay, or watching, or placement. Okay. But Takulu said, Huwa laka bil mirsad, and you say it is for you on the lookout. Huwa laka bil mirsad, it is for you on the lookout. Ayyu meaning ayyi yirakiba wa tafuti, means that he watches you and does not miss you. Watches you and does not miss anything. Who? Okay, does not miss anything. Okay. And now Dr. Yaqub is saying, and mine, basically mine is Yarsadu Amla Kulle Insan. He monitors the work of every human being. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala monitors the work of every human being. Yarsaddu amala kulli insani hatta yujaziyahi alayhi. So he may reward him for it. Hatta yujaziyahi wahi, so may reward it for him. Bil khayri khayrin wa bil ashri ashrin. MashaAllah. Beautiful sentence. Bil khayri khayrin wa bil sharri sharrin. Okay. It's mafule mutlaq, mashallah, very, very quickly. Okay. So, when it comes to the sentences, inshallah, we will review the type of mafule mutlaq and what are the conditions, inshallah. Since it's an analytical class, and in this class, alhamdulillah, we have more the beginners or intermediate and the advanced students. And it makes my practice now to accommodate to all of them. And therefore, and also we make a means of learning Quran, and we revised what we learn in book 1, book 2, book 3, Medina courses. So in this way, inshallah, alhamdulillah, in few years' time, depending upon our hard work or how many hours we spend, we should be able to do all ourselves without thinking. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying here beautifully, with bil khayri khairin wa bi sharri sharrin, with good is with good and evil is with evil. So that means he watches you and does not miss. He monitors the work of every human being, so he may reward him for it. And he with good, and evil with evil. Okay. Let's summarize quickly now. So we know. So it become very strong in our mind. And alhamdulillah, when you have a video, you have a chance to read it, or you read your own. Alhamdulillah, now I think you may not have to look at the video. You can look at for correction purposes, or if you miss something. Otherwise, you can open your PDF, empty PDF, and you can, alhamdulillah, would be able to write all this Arab yourself without much difficulty, inshallah. This is basically the aim is that we should become in a state that we don't have to go through now. So we will do very quickly, inshallah. You will see that how fast we will be do. Inna, we already know, harfu tawkidu, nasbin, right? And it's always mabni ala fatah. Kindly excuse me, please excuse me my quick writing because of the rush. I just want to talk about it and not worry about too much corrections or something. That otherwise it will take more time if I try to take right now. Tawkidun wa nasbin. Okay. Now Rabbu is ismu inna. Rabba is ismu inna, pardon me. And it is mansubun. I'm rushing and then I'm making a mistake. And alamat is nasbai. Yeah. There we go. Right? And it's also mudaf. And ka is the damir muttasil, mabni ala fatah, fi mahalli jarrin, so become mudaf ilayhi. Very easy, right? Good. Yeah. So we did that. So now here 3 words, la, ba, or mirsad. Lam is wazalka. Lamul muz halka. Okay. And this is actually harf, and which is mabni ala fatah. Okay. Then we come to alba. Alba, harf jar, mabni ala kasra. And then our mirsad, Al-Mustad, sorry. Would be Ism Majroor. And Alamat right, Kasratul Zahira in Akhra. Right? Right? Now you can see we have important thing is here, let me do that. We have here ism, right? Oh, too big. Sorry. Let me do green. We have ism, ismo inna. Where is khabro inna? Khabro inna is this entire sentence which we learn, which is jaro majroor, jaro majroor, mutalik, mezuf, khabar inna. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, we did very nicely. And last thing, if you recall, let's not forget it. Last thing we recall, if we agree to second choice, this is this jumla. Let me change the color here so that become obvious. This jumla min inna ismuha, which is abuka, plus khabruha or khabarha, right? Which is now is jawabu shart, which is shart came in a in a in ayah number 1 and continue for ayah thing up to 4, and which is I will write down here jawab shart, and we say here we say wal fajr, wal fajr. Okay, and so that's the completion of the Arab. Now we already learned. I think next time we will do the translation at the same time, each word, so that we don't have to, inshallah. As we go along, sister, I think inshallah we will improve. And I'm looking forward for your comments or something like that and suggestion, please. And then forgiveness for my mistakes and the suggestion for improvement, so that all of us combine, alhamdulillah, learn together. But this class is a mutual learning class in which we inshallah will learn each other, because at least I am, as far as I am concerned, I'm not a alim. I'm just a student like all you. And I take some time out because I'm, alhamdulillah, I'm retired, so I can take time out and prepare some notes for you and looking through the different books, so it start making a little bit easier for you when you're going to study your own. Okay. So, and the reason I go through this thing, my apologies for the advanced classes, that I'm repeating again. We did all this Arabs here, and we come back and doing here, because this is to me really important, because this is how we're going to learn. Okay, because then now we do our summary, so our mind become very strong, and we will be able to analyze it. So now come back to the thing, our translation. We say inna is indeed. We all know. Abuka, your Lord, this is a very easy actually, so we don't have to do much. Next, in the following thing, actually, there's some complication may be coming, but this is very easy. Liber Masad is, as we did, ever on the watch or on the watching post. Remember, we did Zafumaka is indeed your Lord is ever on the watching post. Okay. So let's see what our Ustad says. Oops, sorry. This is the one I'm going through. I just quickly copy that thing. I purposely remove it from the beginning so that we should be able to do ourselves, and then we should compare. Here we go. So Clear Quran is saying that this is I have a full screen here, so nobody can miss anything. Okay. Clear Quran saying, for your Lord is truly vigilant. for your Lord is truly vigilant. Very nicely done. Dr. Bohorali, verily your Lord is ever on the watch. I like that. Verily, verily, your Lord is ever on the watch. Okay, that's what I think that's what basically we did. And Sister Iman Torres, surely your Lord is watching over everything. Surely your Lord is watching over everything. Okay. So Alhamdulillah, I think we finished that. You should move on to next one. Which is getting now, this may be a little bit time consuming because there's a lot of things coming in this. I think we already have done that. Yes, Alhamdulillah. This is a lot of information here. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help me so I would be able to explain you easily. And okay, so we go a little bit slower here. Okay, so number فأما الإنسان إذا مبتله ربه فأكرمه ونعمه فيقول ربي أكرمن. Rabbi Akraman. MashaAllah. Wow. What a beautiful mashallah. فَأَمَّا الْإِنسَانُ إِذَا مُبْتَلَاهُ رَبُّهُ فَأَكْرَمَهُ وَنَعَمَهُ فَيَقُولُ رَبِّي أَكْرَمَنِ. Al-Fa. There we go. What is Fa? Right then? There's two words. فَأَمَّا. It's Fa and Amma. So Al-Fa is the Nafiya Tafriyati Harf Mabni Allah Fatah. This is called a branching. When you the Tafiyah too, I wrote down the here for you guys, it's called branching form. It is starting, but is it taking the subject which is coming, is telling you the, explaining the subject. It's a branch of the subject now. You will notice when you go forward, and then you will understand the message is branching now. Alfa istinafiyat tafriyati harf mabni ala fata wa amma harf tafsil. What is harf tafsil? In detail. Harf tafsil wa shartin mabni ala sukun. Harf shartin wa mabni ala sukun. If you look at, brothers and sisters, just to save the time, I put some extra note for you guys. I added here mazid. When you say shartin, you have to define whether it is a jazim or ghair jazim. So it is ghair jazim. Just to take you away for slightly and to show you, there is a very simple, very quick, not too much time. As we go forward, we will build up the chart ourselves. There are, when you say shart, there are adwatu shart. Adwatu shart has a asma'u shart, which is noun, and harufu shart, which is harf. And asma'u shart has two categories. One category is ghair jazmu, the other category is jazmu. Jazmu means that makes the madariya, the following of fail madariya, majzoom. Okay, that's jazmu. And the example for that is asma, noun, shartiya now, adwat is asma, which is ism, include iza, lama, kullama, they all ism. And what they do, they are ghair jazim. Okay, so they do not make the madariya majzoom. Okay. On the other hand, man, ma, aina, mata, etc., etc. I don't have the whole list. As we come up, remember we said we're going to build up, inshallah. I will tell you that which ayah we will learn so far from which one. So you would be able to compare when you have a list in front of you. You will appreciate, alhamdulillah, that we saw that on so and so ayah and so forth. So this is a small shart. Similarly, there's a haruf shart. Haruf shart also have a ghair jazimun and jazimun. Example for ghair jazimun is, right now we have amma, right? That's why I brought it this. And lau, laula, lauma. Jazmun is an. When an comes in, the madariya following that become majzoom. Okay. So this is important to know. And this is the reason why I wrote down ghair jazmun here. Okay. Which is shart, is a harf, which is ghair jazmun. This is harf and ghair jazmun. which is Amma. Okay. So this, just to keep it a short chart. I have a whole detailed chart about it for my own studies, inshallah. And one of these days we will share it after, I think, a couple of months and years, because a lot of information there. And inshallah, we do that sometime. Okay. So we did for Amma. We know Fa is Istanafiya, wa Tarbiya, Tafriyati, and Amma is Harfa Tafsil Shartin, Mabni ala Sakun, it is Ghair Jazbun, it will not affect anything after that. Okay. Al Insan is Mubtada, Marfu'un wa Lamat Rafa, Damma. Okay. Fa'ammal Insanu. Fa'ammal Insanu. Oh, sorry, I just point out this is Damma here. Oh. Okay. That's why it's Marfu. Damma. Marfu'un, Alamat Rafa is Damma. Iza, ha ha ha. Iza came now. Iza is Zarfo Zama. See, Tadamman Mane Shart. Min Tadamman means comprise, contain, include. It includes the Mane Shart. Mabni ala Sakun, fi mahalli nasbin, mutalik bijwabuhul bazoof, allazi yadullu ala jawabi amma. Okay. So what they are saying that this is Zarfazama is coming in a shart, and is jawab is mazoof, which is pointing out to the jawabu amma. Wahuwa qalu ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Fayakulu Rabbi Akram. Okay. Fayakulu Rabbi, which is the jawab. Okay. This is jawabi amma, and therefore you say is pointing out to that jawabi amma. So that Iza is basically Zarf Zama, it has to be Mabni ala Sakun. You see what way Sakun is always here by the way. Okay, Mabni ala Sakun. Let's cut down so we don't write it. But just to point it out, okay, and we do that. Mabni ala Sakun. Okay, so then Ma. What is Ma? Ma is Harfu Zaida. Harfu Zaida. Harf Mabni ala Sakun. This also has a Sakun there. Harfu Zaida Mabni ala Sakun. The next word is Ibtalahu. Ibtalahu. Okay. Ibtala is Fi'l Madin. Fi'l Madin. Fi'l Madin. Mabni ala Fata. Muqaddara lil Tazuri. I think it should be, let me write down for people. It should be lil Zuri. Okay. Lit Tazuri. Means difficulty. Muqaddara is, estimated. Okay. And there is a Fatah estimated. So where is the Fatah? Let me adjust that so everybody can see. Okay. So if you look at it, when we look at the word, let's do the Arab first. Okay. So this is actually Fi'l Madi, Mabni Dama Muqaddara. I will tell you where it is. And ha here, right here. So then change again. This ha here is Al-Ha Damir Muttasil Mabni ala Damma fi Mahali Nasbin Mafuli Bahi. So there's a Fi'l Madi in there, right? And there is a Mafuli Bahi, right? And that means that the file is coming. Okay. So Ibtalahu. Now what is Ibtala? And why it is Dabbatu Muqaddara? The root word for that is Ba Lam Waw. Equal to Ba Lam Waw is the root word. Bala. Bala, Yablu, Balagan or Buluwan. Balagan or Buluwan. It means to test, to try, to afflict, to prove, all the comes in. And if this Bala comes with the verb preposition fi or ba or be, called to experience. To experience something. Okay? And form 8 is Ibtala, yubtali, ibtala'an means to test, to try. The reason I wrote down because you see it will come in a thing actually, ibtala. So yeah, this is the word which came here. Ibtala'u. Okay, to test, to try. And the bla'un is a test, trial, affliction. It's a noun. Okay. So this is actually a form 8 word, ibtala plus 2. Form 8 word means to test, to try. And bla'un is a ism, is a noun from there. It's called test or trial or affliction. Right. So now they say Dhammatul Muqaddara. So where is Dhammatul Muqaddara? So you see the ya, you cannot put oh. Always remember, other sister, that the Dhamma on a ya is heavy. Dhamma on a ya is heavy, is always become either sakli or become tazu. Okay. So, and there is a rule. So, I will tell you the time the sakal comes, and then I will differentiate between the both words and way to use them. Okay, inshallah, inshallah. Okay. So that's ibtalao. Ibtalao means to test, to try, to try. Okay. So we come here. So one, fahamal insanu is a mubtala. Okay. Rabbuhu, again, Rabbuhu is now, first of all, we have a madi, we have a fail, we have a file, and now we have a mafule bahi, and we have a file. File is Rabbun, attached with the who becomes Rabbu. So Rabbu, file, marfun, alamat is Dhamma. There we go. Okay. So I think maybe I should correct here. So maybe what I should do, I should make this large. Just a minute. So this, sometimes people forget that thing. Okay, there we go. So basically, the word is Rabbun. When it becomes Mudaf, it becomes Rabbu. It loses tanween, right? So here is Rabbu. Oops, sorry. No, we don't need a link. What happened here? Sorry. So we go back and we have right here. So here is the Rabbu, okay, which is Dhamma, right? And then what Jumla fi mahalli jarrin. Okay, we will come back to that. That's a little bit important. So we covered the Rabbu, and now who? There's a who here. And al-ha is damir muttasil mabni ala damma fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilahi of Rabbu. Mudaf ilahi of Rabbu. Okay. So that this is a file, wahuwa mudaf plus mudaf ilahi, which is Rabbu. Right. Now this jumla, which is ma plus fail ibtidai form 8 plus Rabbu fail file mufid, they are the jumla is become fi mahalli jarrin Madaf ilahi of Iza. Remember, Zarf came. The Zarf always is a Madaf ilahi. It is Madaf, right? Zarf is Madaf, so it has a Madaf ilahi. I think I will follow my Ustad, the way he used to do that. So we go Madaf, Madaf, and become Madaf ilahi. This Jumla, Ma ibtalahu rabbuhu, this Jumla become Madaf ilahi of Iza. And that's what Dr. Yaqut is mentioning here. Okay. وَجُمْلَةٌ فِي مَحَلِّ جَرٍ فِي مَحَلِّ جَرٍ مُضَافٍ إِلَيْهِ إِذَا. Okay. Correct. Now we go to the next word. فَأَكْرَمَهُ. فَأَكْرَمَهُ. Again, if you go through, we have a couple of this fa came, akrama, and hu. The fa is harfu ataf, and it's always mabni ala fatah. I didn't go down. Wa akrama is fi'l madin, mabni ala fatah. It's also a fatah here, right? Wakrama. See, fatah here. Wakrama. And wafa'il is damire mustatirun jawazan taqdiruhu huwa. So what I do, just for the sake, I will write down huwa like this in a bracket. So it tells me the fi'l is mustatir. And estimated to be takdiruhu huwa, estimated to be huwa. Okay. But this jumla which is fail, this is the madi, huwa is file and maful bhi. With jumla fi mahalli jarrin matuf ala jumla ibtalayu dabbuhu. Why? Because of the fa. Because of the fa. So this jumla, I'll take a red pen here. This jumla here, we say matuf ala jumla. Oh, this is the technical term I use. This is from electronic term. Anything which is combined together is the matuf. The two people, two things meeting together. So matuf ala, what we are saying here. Okay. Fakrumuha, yeah. So they were saying that this jumla is jumla matuf ala jumla ibtidalai. Remember the ibtidahu rabbahu. Okay. And because that was jarrin, and this become fi mahalli jarrin. This is fi mahalli jarrin. Okay? Fi mahalli jarrin. Okay? Right? Now, what is now akram? Then fa akramahu, what is akrama? The word came karuma, yakramu, karaman. His bab karuma is already there. Okay? Karuma, yakramu, karaman. It has different masdar. Karaman, karamatun, no, karamatun or karamatun. Okay? To means to be noble, to be generous. It looks like a indefinite noun. To be intransitive. I'm sorry, what I'm saying. I beg your pardon. Intransitive. So to be noble, to be generous. Form 4, which came here, akrama, yakrimu, ikraman, is to honor someone, to treat someone with kindness, to treat someone with kindness or to honor someone is akrama. Okay. And there is a lot of other words came in just for the thing because it comes akramu. You see, this is akrama. Akramu is ismu tabdeel, more or most honored or noble. And you know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attribute, one of the attributes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is al-akramu. Al-akramu is an attribute. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most generous, the most bountiful, the most generous or the most bountiful. So inshallah we should remember this name, akrama. فأكرمه والنعم والنعمة ونعمه. Okay, ونعمه. So this word is here wow, and the verb nama or hu. Okay, so wow is harf ataf mabni ala fatah, right? Fatah here. Okay, nama is fi'l madin mabni ala fatah. There's a fatah here. And his file is mez. Again, damir jawazan taqdiruhu huwa. So I will write down huwa here, wrong color. Okay, which is a file. Okay, huwa. So we have a fail. We have a fail here. We have a file here. Complete sentence, mashallah. Naamahu fail must jawaz taqdiruhu huwa. Wa jumla fi mahalli jarrin matuf ala ikrama. Right. So this is again fi mahalli jarrin. I'm not going to write here. Okay, you got already know. So for the sake of time. And ha is damir muttasil mabni ala damma fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bih. This ha is a maf'ul bih. This ha. Okay. So there are three words: wow, ni'ma, and hu. Right. Now, what is name? So let's go through what is name. Yes. Give me a minute for a sip of water, please. So ni'ma here. Nama. Okay. Form 2. No, naama, naama. Yunamu tan-iman. Okay, meaning to bless with comfort of this world. To bless with the comfort of this world or to pamper. To bless with the comfort of this world or to pamper. Okay, that's the meaning of nama, wanamahu. Okay. Fayakulu akramahu wanamahu fayakulu rabbi akraman. Fayakulu five. Now alfa jawab fi jawabi amma. Remember amma came, right? Go back. There we go. We are looking for the jawab, right? إذا تفسير شرط مبني على السكون. Where is the jawab for that? So jawab is coming. That's jawab start fa. There you go. Alfa fi jawabi amma. So we say alfa waqiya fi jawabi amma. So actually should harf mabni ala fatah. This is right now. I will say alfa harf mabni ala fatah waqiya fi jawabi amma. I think okay. That becomes a little bit thing. What is fa? Fa is a harf. Harf mabni ala fatah waqiya fi jawabi amma. Okay. Waqiya fi jawabi amma. Okay. ويقولوا everybody knows this time فعل 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 مضارع مرفوع وعلامة is ضمة وعلامة رفع is ضمة right? وفاعل ضمير مستتر جواز تقديره هو the same thing. So what we do let me just put a minute here. So we'll go here and then take a pen in blue color. So this is called huwa. So we write down file. Okay. Correct. So we have फाइल दमीर मुस्ततिर जवाज तकदीर हुआ यऊदु वाला अल इंसान. Before remember it was यऊदी वाला Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is यऊदी वाला al insan is referring to insan. Okay. فيقول so we write down here I write down al insan. Okay. And okay. So we covered that. الجملة في محل رفع خبر للمبتدا خبر المبتدا إنسانه. Remember insan came. So its khabar is here. So let's go back slightly. Let me see. And we said there's a mubtada here, right here. Al insan is mubtada. Where is khabar? So khabar you have to go all the way down. Sorry, I do the other way. Maybe this would be better, would be easy to see. Al insan. Oh, sorry, the color got mixed up. So let's do it different. Continue. Continue. There we go. There. So we will write down here this jumla min fail وفاعل في محل رفع is خبر إنسان. Okay. Right. Now the next thing he was saying, which is easy. فجملة من مبتدا خبر. The entire jumla coming إنسان فيقول ربي أكرمن. The entire jumla مبتدا و خبر combined together means فأما الإنسان فيقول. Okay. This entire sentence up till now become istanafiya. It's la mahalla milega. It has okay. Next one comes in. I think we have to rush slightly, otherwise it's a lot of time. But Alhamdulillah, I don't want to miss anything. I want to explain everything very nicely. So then we come Rabbi. Remember, we have a Rabbu, Rabbu, Rabba, and now become Rabbi. You know, all three words, Alhamdulillah, came in this thing. Okay? Now, Rabbun, we go here. This is Rabbu plus Ya Mutakallam. So, Dhamma now changed to Kasra. Okay? And Dhamma become Muqaddara. Okay? So, we will see that. Okay? Mubtada, Rabbi is Mubtada, Marfoom, Alamat Rafa. Mubtada, Alamat Rafa, Dhammatul Muqaddara. Manaun min zuhuro ishtagal, because it is um, prohibited or inhibited by the appearance, by the thing ishtagal, because the place of that thing was busy. Place of Dhamma was busy with the kasma, the appropriate kasra. Because remember, when Ya comes in, Ya does not take anything. Ya will take, but drag that thing to kasra. Okay. So anything word came before Ya, Ya pulls that thing, that harka to kasra. Okay. Right? So this Rabbu is madaf and Ya is Yao mutakallam. So I think by Ya, we should have been Yao mutakallam. Okay. It should be, maybe you should write down. So Yao mutakallim. Ya mutakallim. Damir muttasil mabni ala sakun fi mahli jarin madaf ilahi, because Rabbu is madaf. Rabbu is madaf, and this Ya becomes madaf. Okay, so far so good. Now remember, we have a mubtada now. Okay, so we look for the very khabari. Okay, now akraman. Mashallah, the akraman. Remember, we studied akraman from 4, before, and then it came again. Akraman is fi'l madin. Here we go. Akraman fi'l madin mabni ala fatah. So akraman mabni ala fatah. And file damir muttasil jawazan taqdiruhu huwa. So the file is huwa. Okay. But jumla means fail file fi mahalli rafan khabar. See, this fail file fi mahalli rafan khabar. I'm not going to write, we will write on top. Okay, this is a khabar. So that's what I was saying. The mubtada came, right? So this mubtada here need, this is khabar. This jumla is khabar. And now, since, brother and sister, you know that every time kalu comes, every time kala comes. So anything after kala becomes makulu call, what has been said, right? So when the kala came, I will write down the next line here. I will write down from here, which will, from here we'll start. All the thing which coming down now is we'll call makulu. Makulu Kauli. Okay? What's being said? Makulu Kauli. So this all thing become Makulu Kauli, and that's what Dr. Morali was telling. Jumla bin Mubtada wa Khabar. Fi Mahali Nasbin become Makulu Kaul. Okay? And now there's a noon waka, okay? Akramin. Now there is a little bit more thing here than it is shown, okay? What is in it? Let's keep it. Now, they saying when noon lil vakayati harf mabni ala kasra. This is noon is coming vakayati. Why? So, because here ya mutakallam is mazoof. Ya mutakallam is mazoof. It should be actually would be akramani. It should be like this. Okay. It should be ak ra mani. Okay. This here, this ya here become mazoof. Okay. This is a routine rule. Okay. So this is what Dr. Yaqub is trying to say. And which is this ya mutakallam is now damir muttasil mabni ala sukun fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bahi. So this is actually maf'ul bahi, which is mazuf. This is become maf'ul bahi. So there is a file, there's a file, there's a fail, and there's a maf'ul bahi. Right? Okay. So that's what the last sentence saying that we become maf'ul bahi. Right? So now that we don't want to, we already have done karama bit before. Let me see. So we didn't do here. We did the nama. We didn't do the kala. Kala. I didn't do too much in the beginning because I think everybody knows it's a very, very simple word. The kala yakulu kaulam. It's form one. Mean to say, to speak, to testify, to command. It also means to inspire, to confess the belief in. When you have kala ala, to mean to attribute falsely, to attribute something falsely to someone. Okay, so that's the thing. But the meaning here is to say, to speak. Okay, and our akraman, we already did that before. So I don't think I have I will show you where we did that. Let me see. There we go. So I think what we do, just to make the notes complete, so I'll go there for you guys. Copy. There we go. Okay. So this is actually here is, to make it simple, we remove the form 1. Hey, it's a form 4. Okay. So now, Dr. Yakut is trying to explain the footnote. Again, is a lot of thing here. I'm not going to read this thing. I will just try to give you a gentle thing. And any of you want to study a little bit more, take a screenshot of my thing, and I have tried to translate as good as I can. And if there is a mistake, kindly forgive me. But basically, this zest is the same. You know, Tassalu Hazal Arkal Karida Bakula Ta'ala Inna Rabbaga Libabarsad. This noble verse, Karima, this noble verse is related to the Almighty. Almighty was saying, Inna Rabbaka Libabarsad. Indeed, your Lord is on the lookout. Indeed, your Lord is on the lookout. Lana wajibul insan allazi rabbuhu lahu bil marsad wa fil akhirah, because the duty of the human being to whom he has raised is to strive for the hereafter. Sa, strive. You know the sa, when you do the Hajj, you do sa. So is to strive for the hereafter. And I think because of the time's sake, it's going to take a lot of time, so I'm going to cut this thing short. I don't want to, according to my style, I should not and must not exceed more than an hour and a half, or maybe about 40 minutes, inshallah. So let's see. Wala yajilu dunya akbaruhuma, and for hereafter, and not make the world of his greatest concern, or not make the world of akbaruhuma, okay, greatest concern. Wala kinna yurudun alika, and not but he does not want that. Okay, zalika, he does not want that. Okay. Okay. Wala yahmuhu illa ajlati. He's always in a rush. Okay. Does not want that. He only comes about the urgent thing. Okay. And then it says Yajidu wa yamanafai, what pleases him and blessing in him. Okay. And then the ibtala rabbuhu is test him and chosen him and bless him. Wa ikhtabara, you know, khabra, root word is khabra, right? Ikhtabara. So I will choose him for blessing. Fakramu nemahu. Okay. And then he says, Akrama bil mali wa wasiya alayhi rizqahu. Honor him with money and expand his risk. Fayakulu Rabbi Akramin. And mean that Atada an Zaleka huwal karamati, I believe that this is an honor. He thinks it is an honor. Farhan bin Nale, joy and not detest. Masroor bima atiya, be happy what he has given you. Ghair shakir, he is not thankful. This insan is not thankful. Allah Ta'ala Bala to God Almighty for that. Remember, insan is not thankful for that, right? And he said, Wala khatiru bibalihi and zalika imtihan lahu min rabbihi. And he does not think that this is a test from his Lord. He does not think it's a test from his Lord. What Dr. Yaqut is saying is, Inna rabbaka li bil marsad. And then he said, Wabtalahu Rabbuhu Fakramahu Nemuhu Fayakulu Rabbi Akraman. So this is the basic translation, he was mentioning what it really means. Let's go back quickly now, and because there's a lot of things in here, so let's quietly summarize it. I think I'm going to remove this thing. This is just to point it out what this mad is. You see, Rabbi Akraman. So this mad here, this is madde munfasilunu. Okay, madde munfasilunu, and in contrast to madde mutasilunu, the word, the hamza word has to come in the same part of the same word. Abnaa. Okay, so that becomes muttasil, and Rabbi Akraman is munfasil because Rabbi is one word, Akraman some word. Next word start with the hamza. So become munfasil, which is okay. Just a revision of something which is those of you who are interested slightly. Okay, so people are asking why this thing is there. At least I did when I was studying in the beginning. I said, "Oh, mashallah," and alhamdulillah, over the time we were able to figure out, not figure out, but learn from the teachers, alhamdulillah, and we got the tajweed rule. Okay. And in the future, I make a simple chart for different mud rules, etc. And in the future, inshallah, uh, if anybody wants, inshallah, I will share with you. Okay. Famma, very quickly. Famma, I think because of the time, I'm not going to write everything. Okay, it's a lot of detail here. This is Istanafiya. Just very quickly, okay. Amma is, we said, harfo tafsilun wa shartun. Ghar jazim. Harfo tafsilun wa shartun ghar jazim. So this is all we have to recall from our sub now. Insan, we already did, is mubtada, which is marfuun. Alamat is damma here, okay. Yeah, right? Damma. Iza, we already did, is zarf zama. Remember we said is zarf zama by ma'ani shart. And this is mabni ala sukoon, is always here. I will just say that. Fi mahalli nasbin, because it's zarf. And it is a mutalliq bi ma'zoob jawabe amma. It's a mutalliq bi ma'zoob jawabe amma. Remember, yadullu ala jawabe amma. Okay. And wahwa mudaf. So I will just write down the two words here, then I remaining zarf plus mudaf. Otherwise, we will have it will take at least to write everything half an hour. Just to repeat, so we will understand what we studied today. Ma is harf zaida. Okay. Ibtalahu, here we go. So this is madin from it. Maybe I should increase slightly, the writing become easy, and then I will cut down short so everybody can see that. Okay. This is madin. Now you can write, so we can see mabni ala dammatul muqaddara, right? Remember we did on okay. And then al-ha, this ha is damir muttasil mabni ala damma fi mahalli nasbin maf'ul bih. Right? Okay. Now we have a fail. Oh, sorry. We have a fail, and we have a maf'ul bih, and file is coming taboo. Just look at it, okay? So we quickly say file is file marfoon and alamate, the file is damma. Okay, this ho gaya. And number two would be who, alha is the mere muttasil, right? No. Yeah, it's this is remember we said this is Rabbu is also Rabbu is not only file but also mudaf, right? When the Madi and Damir came together, it become mudaf ilahi. So it's become mudaf ilahi. So very simple. Mudaf and this one who is mudaf ilahi, right? Mudaf ilahi, um, which is majrurun, okay? في محل جر. Okay. In total way we say the al-hayu the very mutasil mabni la damma fi mahali jarrin mudaf ilahi. Okay, this is the total program. Okay, and then come to fa akramahu. Fa is ataf. I will just write on and here and harfi ataf mabni ala fatah. مبني على فتح مبني على فتح حرف عطف مبني على فتح. Okay, and akramahu from 4 madin mabni ala fatah and file is मेरे मुस्तकिल जवाजन हो तकदीर हो हुआ. I wrote down हुआ here. File is हुआ. And al high is this how is become mafule bahi. So this is a fail file mafule bahi. And of course, if it is a mafule bahi, it's damir muttasil mabni ala damir muttasil mabni ala damma fi mahalli nasbin mafule bahi. Fi mahalli nasbin mafule bahi. Okay, we're not going to write one thing. Now here, just slightly go back now from the ma here. Let me do a line here quickly. This mubtala rabbuhu here, right? And this now, is, as we learned before, this is jumla fi mahalli jarrin. That's what. Remember we think iza came, which is madaf. So it should be madaf ilayhi. Oh, I changed the color of the pen so that become obvious, right? Madaf ilayhi. So here also say this is, oh, sorry about that. So it is circling and it's not allowing me. This is madaf and this is madaf ilayhi. Okay? So far, so good. Now we go to the next one. Ne'amahu. Ne'amahu, this is exactly the same as this. Okay. This is to save the time. Oh, sorry, I think I don't know where it come from. Okay. So anyway, there's no sense of writing here for the sake of time. This is wow, ataf, right? This is Ne'ama, Madin, ataf, Madin, right? File is Hua, and this is Mufulibin. Same, right? So this is exactly the same. Okay. Arab is very same. Okay. Now Fa Yakulu. Remember, Fa Amma Sharf came in. Fa Ammal Insanu Sharf came in. Now start the Amma, but it come to Jawabi Amma. Right? So this Fa is Amma. And basically in grammar term, when you say Waqia, P, Jawabi Amma. And this is Harf, of course. And this is Mabni ala Fatah. There we go. Yakulu, where did this thing come from? Not Mali. Did I copy something? Oh, you have copy paste, copy wrong thing. And the down when we're writing. I said, okay, this is not a buy. I said, sorry, we didn't do that. So we just came in here. Fa'il jawab amma, waqi bijabi shar, yakulu is madariya. I beg your pardon. Actually, when we say paste, I want you to paste the fakramu and the nemahu. It pasted to fayakulu, which is, sorry. This is fayakulu, madariyam. Wrong color now. Sorry, brothers. When we rush because of the time, we make mistakes. Okay. Madario, Madarion, Marfoon. No paste otherwise. And the alamat is Dhamma, Zahira, right? And his file. File is again Damiru Mustatir, Takdiruhu Huwa. Damiru Mustatir, Takdiruhu Huwa. Okay. And this Jumla now, this Jumla here, Jumla min fail plus file, correct? Fi mahalli rafin for what? Remember, insan came for ammal insanu, which is mubtada, and that is the khabar. That is khabar. So this would be abru limubtada insan. Okay. All right. So this is, let's go forward. Rabbi. So this becomes insan, mubtada, and become khabar. Okay. Now we have another mubtada coming. Just not to confuse, that's why I make the line here. And Rabbi and Yamutakalam, right? So this is mubtada, Rabbun is mubtada. Of course, marfu'un walamat dhamma muqaddara. I'm not going to write down. And wahuwa mudaf. This one will write down. Plus mudaf. And al-ya. This ya here. Damir muttasil. Mabni ala sukun. Fi mahalli jarrin mudaf ilayhi. Correct. Let's learn. Next word, akraman, the same thing. Madi, mabni ala fatha. This is madin. Form 4. Mabni ala fatha. File huwa. Right? File huwa. And this kasra here is telling you that there is ya mutakallam mazoof, right? So this kasra here, so I will do this way, okay? And I will do this way. I will say that maybe here. So this is aklami, and this ya is mazoof. Okay? This ya is mazoof, and this ya now, which is not there, I will change the color so that become obvious. This is, I will write down a little bit better. So excuse me with the sister, I'm in a really rush, so I don't want to overtime. So we almost finished there. So that please bear with me. And what I said, mahzoof, right? And which is what there is ضمير متصل مبني على السكون في محل نصب. Why? Because it came as a مفعول به. So we say مفعول به is mahzoof. So we can write down ya here and become مفعول به. Maybe I should do color change here. So you can see this become مفعول به, okay, which is mansuba, right? Correct? Now this jumla here, brothers and sisters, this jumla, sorry, wrong color. Jumla min fail plus file, right? Akraman, fail plus file, and you can include maf'ul bihi if you like. Fail file, fi mahalli rafin rabbi. You know, mubtada came. So where is the khabar? This is the khabar of Rabb, right? This is the this is the khabar of mubtada Rabb, right? So these are basically a detailed Arab which we learn today. And there is something else, this is very, very important. Last thing here is, if you look at it, I've got to write in this one. So since Mubtada Khabar came in, so I will write down here. So this Jumla now, min Mubtada plus Khabar, Rabbi Akraman, is fi mahalli nasbin. Why, brother and sister? Because Fayakulu came, right? Anytime caller comes, you have to have a Mukule call. So this becomes Mukule call. Al Kawli. Rush. Okay, let me see the time. I'm sorry we went quite a bit over. Let's quickly do the translation. Inshallah we will. So we come here. Famma is as far al insan, the human. Fammal insanu, the human. Iza is when mabtalahu, test him. Who test him? Rabbuhu, his Lord. Excuse me. His Lord testing. Right? Fakrumaha, and honor him. You can write both ways, English or American spelling. Honor him. Wanayamahu, and bless him. We already did that, so I'm rushing right now. So bless with comfort and bless him with comfort. Who is again? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, Yadudu Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But who here, Fayakulu, is Yadudu Allah insan. Okay, just remember. Fayakulu, he says, Rabbi Akraman, my Lord, Akraman has honored me. You see, who is it? So, has honored me. Okay. So, very, Alhamdulillah, waiting. And remember, I mentioned this is a E for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, okay. So, so now looks like the, so we say, as far as the human, when his Lord tests him and honor him and bless him with comfort, then he says, my Lord has honored me. My Lord has honored me. So this is the meaning, and we will see what the other people will do. So let's quickly look at the thing. Actually, I didn't remove that. So here is the authentic translation. Clear Quran says, now whenever a human being is tested by the Lord through his generosity, when the human being is tested through a Lord through his generosity, through his generosity, we say, and honor him with his generosity. And generosity and blessing, they boast. Fayakulu said they boast. They say Fayakulu, they boast. My Lord has deservedly honored me. This is in bracket. My Lord has deservedly honored me. My Lord has deservedly honored me. This is a clear Quran. Okay, it's a tafsir translation. Muhammad Ali Johar, Dr. Muhammad Mohar, Dr. Mohar Ali, I beg your pardon. So as for the man, he says, so as for man, when his Lord tries him and is generous to him and makes life easy for him, that's what we translated, okay? He says, my Lord has been generous to me. My Lord has been generous to me. That's a literary translation, alhamdulillah. Iman Torres, Sister Torres, now as for human, whenever his Lord tests him by honoring him and blessing him with his comfort, this is exactly what we did. Blessing him and honoring him with comfort, he says proudly, or he said deservedly or proudly, my Lord has honored me. My Lord has honored me. Okay. So I think we will stop here. Inshallah, any question, anything shortcoming, actually, we talk about next time. We already over time now. I think I'm so sorry about that. It's just we have to finish this ayah. I know there's a lot of things involved there, so I cannot just leave it leave it there as well. So please forgive me for that. Okay. So let's go to quickly after dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your sacrifice of time to study and understand the Quranic Arabic language as a good deed in your scale of good hasanat. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blesses you and your spouses and your children with excellent health. May our Rabb blesses you in your jobs, in your businesses, in your career, in your professions, and in the education of your children. May He grant us all money. May He grant us a strong memory and a deep knowledge of Arabic and understanding and the depth of the message of Quran, so that we all feel the miracle of Quran, or nur of Quran in our hearts. May He enlighten our homes with our families, the light of the Quran. Allahumma. May He enlighten our homes and our families with the light of the Quran, and instill this light in our children. Ya Rabbal Alameen. Ameen Summa Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen, keep us all safe from the evil of this virus and all the other diseases, whether it is physical, spiritual, or mental, and all the natural disasters around us and the Muslim Ummah all over the world, wherever they may be. Ya Muqallibul Qulubi, Sabbit Qulubina ala Dinika. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا آمنا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا إن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا ولنكونن من الخاسرين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. And my sincere apologies for going overtime today. Please forgive me for that. But it was very essential to learn that ayah. The second ayah was very, very, very important in number of ways with the shart and jawab shart and all khabar and makule call and call all this type of covering. So we have to separate those things. So it took us some time. My apology. Inshallah, we see you next week. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.